Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. I'm Nick. Today I'm going to be checking out and reviewing this all-in-one turntable from Retrolife. There's a bunch of links down below. Make sure you go check all those out. There's links for the Vinyl Den Facebook group, for the merch page, for the Spotify and Apple Music weekly playlist that we put together, and also the Patreon page. So make sure you go check all that out. Of course, if you enjoy the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new episodes. So before I get into the review of this turntable, there's one thing we gotta do. It's time to give away this copy of the new Music on Vinyl reissue of Warrant Cherry Pie. Alright, so I'm using this YouTube comment picker website just to pick a random comment off that video. I filtered it for duplicate comments. So we got a total of 121 comments on the video. So let's pick a random winner. And the winner is Scott McCarthy. His comment is, have to go with Uncle Tom's Cabin. Stay warm and have a great Christmas. I did have a great Christmas. I hope you did also, Scott. Uncle Tom's Cabin, definitely one of my favorite tracks on that album. Probably one of my favorite Warrant tracks overall. So today is January 6th. I'll give you 1 week, so January 13th, end of the day on the 13th, to email me with your address. You can email me at thevinyldenchannel@gmail.com. Send me your address, and I'll get this great album out to you. Well, congratulations to Scott for winning the giveaway. Make sure you email me by the end of the day on the 13th with your address so I can get this out to you. And thanks for everyone for entering into the giveaway. It was kind of a fun thing to do. If you're unfamiliar with who Retrolife is, I'll put a link in the show notes here. You can go check out their website. They've got speakers, they've got turntables, they've got cabinets also, or storage that for your turntable, for your record collection. And if there's anything you see on their website that you like, I'll put a promo code here on the screen also for 5% off anything you're looking to pick up from there. But anyway, as far as Retrolife goes, they're a newer company that's really trying to take these retro elements to make really affordable products for the vinyl community out there. And if you look on the website, they say, yes, Retrolife does not have a long history like other companies, but you can always believe in the creativity of a group of young people. So I'm really interested in this all-in-one turntable. And they do have other turntables on there that aren't all-in-ones. They're more like a standard turntable. They've got different kinds of speaker options on there also. So, like I said, you can go check out the website down below. But with this product in particular, when it comes to all-in-one turntables, I know that they've got a really bad reputation. So I'm really interested in checking this one out. I will say that right off the top, this thing is packaged pretty nicely. As you can see, they used big pieces of styrofoam to really kind of protect the edges and make sure that even if the box gets damaged, that's not going to cause any damage to the turntable itself. And then once you get the styrofoam off the edges, you get standard, nice, clear cover for the turntable. Looks like a Retrolife platter mat you got there. And then this is the all-in-one. Looks like an aluminum platter, which that's nice. I've seen a lot of those cheaper all-in-ones have like a plastic platter, which is I was kind of concerned about. And then this looks like it does have an adjustable counterweight on the tone arm, which that's always a good thing also. So when it comes to turntables, there's a couple of things I'm looking for. I'm looking at the platter, which, like I said, looks like an aluminum platter over something you'd see from a lot of the other all-in-ones, which is a plastic one. It does have an adjustable counterweight, which that's always a good thing. And I'm also looking at the stylus or the cartridge that's on there. And I'd have to open up the packaging and look, but it looks like this is an Audio-Technica cartridge that's on there. It looks like a 3600L, which is a pretty standard cartridge that's known for having a kind of a basic but reliable sound to it. So it looks like there's not a whole lot to put together with this. It just has some styrofoam on here you can take off. Take all that off here. And like I said, that's got there's an adjustable counterweight. It's got toggle switches on here for your speed, 33 to 45. It does have an auto stop option on there, which you can turn on and off. and then there's your volume for the speaker. So on the back of the turntable, it's got your auxiliary in jack. It's got a phono and line out switch. So if you want to use external speakers with it, which is always a great option. A lot of these all-in-one turntables don't have the greatest sound quality, so I'm really interested to see how this thing sounds. It's got your audio out jack for those external speakers, a ground connector, your DC in, and then your power switch. One thing I noticed right off the bat is it's not really all that heavy. I mean, it's not a super light turntable either, but the one thing I'd like to see is adjustable feet. It looks like these feet on the turntable aren't adjustable, so if it's not completely level, it'd be nice to have, and that'd be something easy that they could, adjust on future models, is to have some kind of adjustable feet on it. So that's the Retrolife R517. It looks really cool. It's got some different kind of options that a lot of other all-in-one turntables don't really offer you. But now it's time to really kind of put it to the test, see how this thing sounds, see how the speed kind of matches with the. I'm going to check out the wow and flutter and compare that to my Fluence RT85, which of course is I expect my Fluence to have kind of a better consistency to it. It is a higher end turntable, but I want to see how this all-in-one kind of compares to it. With this part, I really should kind of lead off and say that even though this turntable was sent to me free of charge to review, that everything I say in here, of course, is always my opinion alone. That I'm not going to let anything that the company sends me really kind of sway me one way or another. I'm always going to give you an honest opinion of what I think of these products. Like I said, overall, the outside, I kind of like it. I like with the features and options. It looks really cool. But how does this thing actually perform? So I use my trusty little RPM app here. I know this isn't the most scientific or maybe even the most accurate way to do this, but it's really the only option I have to me. So I'm going to put this on the turntable. I'll use the same app and compare it to my Fluence, but let's give this thing a couple of spins and see how it compares. It starts off right about 33 1/3, but we'll see how it kind of does over the next, say, 10 to 15 seconds, and see if it kind of keeps that consistent speed. All right, so now the test is all done. Came up with 33.32. I would say that's pretty darn accurate. I'll do the same thing on my Fluence and tell you what the speed on that was. So my Fluence came up with 33.39, so it's a little bit different speed-wise, but I will say that my Fluence is pretty accurate when it comes to speed-wise. I did 3 different tests, and they all ended at between 33.36 and 33.39, so a pretty consistent speed. But the thing I noticed with the Retrolife is one spin would be really good, like right around 33 1/3. Then the next one would be a little fast, and then one was a little slow. So even though they were all in an acceptable range, there's a little more variation from spin to spin with the Retrolife. So spin-wise, it looks really pretty good, pretty consistent. So now the big thing is, how does this thing sound? So I got my copy of the Beatles' Help here. Of course, because of copyright laws, I can't actually play the album for you, but I'm going to spin it and tell you what I think of the sound quality. First off, the one thing I really noticed is, man, this record is dirty. I really need to clean it. But anyway, the sound quality was actually pretty good. For a smaller speaker, it's kind of what I expected. There's not a whole lot of bass to it, but then again, I'm playing the Beatles. There's not going to be a whole lot of bass to it. But overall, the speaker actually sounded pretty good. I turned it up to the max volume setting, and there was no distortion to the sound. It had a good overall kind of consistent sound to it. But like I said, overall, I think it's a really good sounding little speaker. So I guess ultimately the way I come down on this Retrolife R517 turntable is it's actually a pretty good turntable for what you're paying for. In the under $300 price range, if you're looking for an all-in-one, something that's not going to take up a lot of space in your house, I think this is a really good option. It's got options on there that you really aren't going to get with a lot of other all-in-ones, whether that's an adjustable counterweight. It's got Bluetooth on it. It's got auto stop. It's got all the kind of things you really expect to have on a turntable like this. But really what it comes down to is sound quality. And, the speaker on it actually performed better than I thought it would. But with this turntable, it also gives you the availability to later on down the line upgrade it to better either bookshelf speakers or big like floor stand speakers, and have a good turntable, in that setup. It's got, a really good cartridge on it. It's got that Audio-Technica 3600L cartridge, which, like I said, is kind of like your standard, really kind of reliable cartridge. A lot of those other all-in-one turntables have kind of like some no-name cartridge that's on there. You really don't know what you're getting. And don't really have the availability to upgrade it like you do with this. You can upgrade a lot of the parts and pieces on here. You can go to a different cartridge because it is adjustable. There's other things you can do with this turntable. Well, that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for checking the show out. Make sure you drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this. Is this something you'd be interested in? Like I said, you can hit that code up that's in the beginning of the show, for 5% off their website if you're interested in it. But like always, if you enjoy the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. That's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.